Alright guys, so here we have the Dark Masked King. Now this guy he's an interesting defensive unit. I did not rainbow him previously because, I wasn't really a big fan of him on the Pure Saiyan team. Eventually he got added to the Time Travelers team, but now he's also on the Vegeta's lineage team because the Dark Masked King is, of course, King Vegeta under that mask. So now I feel real good about rainbowing him. I did want to get some extra rainbow units for that Vegeta's lineage category. So here we go. Dark Masked King, I will go ahead and rainbow. At this point now, that newest batch of Super Dragon Ball Hero units, I ended up rainbowing all of them, except the only one I don't have rainbowed right now, I believe, is Super Mira, So maybe I will go ahead and rainbow him then, just to complete the full batch. All of them do have pretty interesting things that they can bring to the table. Well, except for Super Mira really is the worst of the batch, so that's why he's not rainbowed yet, but I might actually look into it. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop into an event. We'll probably test out Dark Masked King here on that Vegeta's lineage team and see how good he can be. Alright guys, so Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission has just released recently. I rainbowed this Dark Masked King, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so, and I figured now would be the perfect time to showcase him because what's interesting is this exact art that is used right here is a ridiculously OP card in Heroes, right? So it's interesting, now we have more context. Like, I'm sure, players, who were familiar with Dragon Ball Heroes, when they saw that this guy was coming to Dokkan, were probably freaking out because of how good he is in, Heroes. So that's interesting. Now, Dark Masked King is okay in Dokkan. I think if he got a Dokkan Awakening, he would be crazy. But right now, he's just, I use okay, but he's solid, right? He's not, dumb OP like he is, I think, in Dragon Ball Heroes. But I do think he is definitely a decent unit at least. So we're over here right now on the Time Traveler team, which is a really good team because obviously, many characters, from Dragon Ball Heroes can fit on this team. And we'll be both of these support type units should help out Dark Masked King. The one thing about Dark Masked King is that he does. Oh, don't you dare stun him! Okay, good. One thing about Dark Masked King. Okay, 985,000 on the Vegeta's family team. We'll definitely be able to get above 1 million. Is that Dark Masked King does not really have attack links. He has Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, Loyalty, Berserker, and Prepare for Battle. Basically, his only attack link is Saiyan Warrior Race, but it's a very, very, very small, only 700 attack link, right? So that's sort of very, very unfortunate. I don't know. I think, again, this guy can work pretty well. If you are free to play, or perhaps, you had a newer account when this banner was up, this is definitely going to be a unit that will be solid on a couple of these teams, right? The Pure Saiyan team, Time Traveler team, as well as the Vegeta's family team, all three teams that Dark Masked King here is on. Some of these characters, these characters from Dragon Ball Heroes, are good. Now, the big thing to talk about in this video is Dragon Ball Hero cards, are they going to come to Global Dokkan? Because, one thing we've all noticed is, okay, so just a shade under 900,000 right here. The other thing about Dark Masked King, well, okay, he's interesting, but let me talk about Super Dragon Ball Heroes a little bit more, and the possibility of the cards coming to Dokkan. But there's not been a lot of units that would sell incredibly well, right? So things like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta, all that stuff, Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegeta, just think about all those characters. Think about if they came into Dokkan, how big, how hype those banners would be. People would be going absolutely nuts crazy trying to summon for those characters, right? That's just something that would happen. And, they haven't had, a Dokkan Fest exclusive one of those in a while. Masked Saiyan did get one a couple years ago. I mean, I guess you could say Super Saiyan 3 Bardock and Super Saiyan 3 Broly, but those were quite a while ago as well. And, a lot of these cards have been in other Dragon Ball games, so you can sort of point to that, right? We have yet to see, a big-time character, Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta or something, who, as to my knowledge, has not been in any other Dragon Ball game outside of Heroes. And we have not seen him, added here to Dokkan. Because, once they, break the glass on stuff like that, that's going to be really cool. And here's the thing, like, you know, there are certain characters who it's like, yes, you know, I'm glad we got an update for them, right? Like, a good example is the Super Saiyan 4, so, okay, so 700,000 without any support. We didn't necessarily need a new version of Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta and Goku. They're just such iconic characters, it's not a really big deal, right? But even now, the EGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and the SCR Super Saiyan 4 Goku are very, very impressive units on the respective Goku's family and Vegeta family category teams. So, like, you know, it would have been much more exciting if we would have gotten Xeno Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Xeno Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as, like, the 4-year anniversary, right? I'm not really complaining because, you know, those cards are, you know, what I consider the best cards in the game. But, you know, it's just little things like that. Like, hopefully, as we move forward with Dokkan, they do start to go to the well for Dragon Ball Heroes. Like, there's still a lot of stuff they have not added to the game, but there's a lot more that they could add. Alright, so we looked at the Time Traveler team, you know, enough. Let's head over to the Pure Saiyan team, and we'll also go to the Vegeta's family team for Dark Mask King's best attack stat. Alright guys, so now we are over here on the Pure Saiyan team, the brand new transforming Vegeta Pure Saiyan team. You know, it is a really, really good thing that we do have, you know, this brand new Vegeta here in, you know, Dokkan, because he's going to help out a lot, you know, with all these Pure Saiyan characters, because, you know, previously, it's like, you know, the Pure Saiyan team was obviously very good still, with just a ridiculous array of characters that you could use, but still, like, you know, it was only a 130% attack lead team, so the units weren't looking that impressive on it. Yeah, and looks like Dark Mask King, you know, he's somewhere between 700k to just under a 1 million attack set, looks like, on most of his teams. That's about where we're going to see Dark Mask King. I mean, he's meant to be more of a defensive unit anyway. It's not like he's not supposed to be dealing 2 million every single turn, but, like, he has different effects that are useful, right? So, like, he lowers attack, that's good. You all know how much I love units that lower attack. He gets 80% attack and defense right away, which is good. That's a good number. And he gets 70% defense for 4 turns after receiving an attack. Now, you guys, especially global players, know for sure now how it sort of works with that multiply into each other, you know, passive. Because, you know, Beerus, Tech Beerus is on global, so now y'all see how ridiculous that can be. Well, Dark Mask King can do that just with his defense instead. So that's very, very interesting. Like, you know, potentially how defensively good could Dark Mask King be? And on top of all that, he also does heal a little bit. I love units that heal, and he restores 10% HP, or, well, 10% of damage dealt, you know, and it gives you that HP back. So those are always the types of passives I really like. Like, he does a lot, which is a really, really good thing. But, you know, it looks like we're pretty much getting a good, like, gauge of where Dark Mask King is going to be standing here. You know, again, around 700,000, somewhere in that area. Okay, well, you know, there he is up to just a shade under 900,000. Like, he's definitely a very solid unit, right? So, like, if he does come to global, if that Dragon Ball Heroes banner comes to global, honestly, I probably would recommend that people summon on it, just because of those Dragon Ball Heroes characters, many of them are, like, very, very good for different category teams, right? Like, if we just quickly, like, looked at a list of these Dragon Ball Heroes characters, like, the Super Saiyan 3 Xeno Vegeta and Goku are very, very good on many teams. The Super Saiyan 3 Adult Gotenks, the Super Saiyan 3 Gohan are good on a couple of teams. Demigra is really solid on a couple of teams. The Supreme Kai of Time, you guys already know how, you know, really good she is. Darkness Toa is a very interesting unit for, like, Super Battle Road. Like, these units are good, and they have not been added to the general SSR pool yet. Now, it'll be very interesting to see, too, if we do eventually get, like let's say Dokkan decides, okay, well, you know, now, you know, Heroes has released in the West, you know, Japan is good with, you know, putting out, you know, all the Heroes stuff, you know, in the West and, you know, worldwide, you know, merchandising and all that stuff, right? So, boom, now we're going to get the Dragon Ball Heroes cards. I feel like the chances are good, if that happened, that the Dragon Ball Heroes cards would then be added into the general SSR pool the same way that the Fusions cards did. So keep in mind that is an option as well. At this point, let's go to the Vegeta's family team, and let's see Dark Mask King's best attack stat, because he gets a start of turn attack buff, and y'all already know what that means. LRB Pan. Alright guys, so now we're over here on the Vegeta's family team. You know, we already know the deal. Any unit that's on either this team or the Goku's lineage team, this is going to be their best team. So, we're going to go ahead and see what Dark Mask King can do with Raw on rotation, as well as LRB Pan with her active skill. Now, keep in mind, again, you know, Dark Mask King has only got, you know, Saiyan Warrior Race as an attack link, so it's not really too important to get a lot of those for him, you know, to sort of get a buff, right? So just actual support type units will be good for our boy Dark Mask King. Now, we know for sure he is going to get up above 1,000,000 attack stat, but let's see how high he actually does get. Like 1.2, 1.3, I'm sure, is what we'll see from Dark Mask King. 1.29, not bad. Essentially, he hit the 1.3 million attack stat right there. When you consider that he heals 10% of that as health, you know, he's going to have, for a lot of the times, 150% defense, and he's lowering attack. I do think he is a decent unit. Like, there's no doubt about it. He could definitely get the job done. So, alright guys, you know, there was a good look at Dark Mask King. I figured now was a good time to look at him since, you know, Dragon Ball Heroes did just come out, you know, on the Switch and on PC and stuff like that. So, let's go ahead and take a look at Dark Mask King. Not as OP as in Heroes, but he is still a very good unit here in Dokkan. Alright guys, so this is Dark Emperor's Invasion, Dark Mask King. His leader skill is Extreme Int Key 3 and 70% the stats. So he has a very, very good leader skill for just a normal, like, banner unit. That's very good. That could be very helpful in, like, Dokkan Battlefield. So that's solid. His super attack is the Dark King's Flash, which does immense damage and lowers attack and defense. So he actually does have immense, just as a normal banner unit as well. That is pretty rare. His passive skill, Brainwashing of the Dark Mask, gives him 80% attack and defense. Then he gets an additional 70% defense for 4 turns after receiving an attack, and he recovers 10% of damage dealt as health. So a very solid passive. Again, I'll be very interested to see what happens if he gets a Dokkan Awakening. Now, his links are the Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, Loyalty, Berserker, and Prepared for Battle. He is going to work very well, you know, on the Vegeta's family team. You know, having Royal Lineage, Prepared for Battle, those are very common links on that team. His 12 key multiplier is 130%, which is not great, but immense allows him to get, like, you know, a good damage number. So that explains that. And then he is, of course, on 3 category teams. First, he's on the Pure Saiyan team, you know, because, of course, the Dark Mask King is, you know, King Vegeta, right? Then he's also here on the, you know, this is a time traveler team right here. Very, very good team with a lot of Dragon Ball Hero characters. And then finally, he is on the Vegeta's family category team. So, boom. There we go, guys. Dark Mask King right out of Dragon Ball Heroes. Very cool unit. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.